Hello guys, name's Chad. Welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to be focused on fixing my rear end. My rear end is way out of adjustment. I had it aligned and the pinion angle set right after I bought it, and something come loose because my whole rear end is rotated upward. I'll show you here. The pinion angle is way off. As you can see, just look at the bump. The bump stops here. Should be pretty much more straight up and down, not cocked back there. They're supposed to be about lined up here. If I could show you, if I could get the camera under there, I would show you where they used to be. And in that, what is causing it, what made me notice is, if we can get in here, come on, light. As you can see where the spring is hitting the body. When I hit a bump, it sounds like the spring is going to shoot through the floorboard. It scares the ever living hell out of you. It took me a while to figure out what was going on. I put it up on a lift, but the problem was when I put it on the lift, everything went straight. So I didn't really notice that hitting. So I took it back off the lift, drove it home, and it was still doing it. If you hit a good bump, you'll hear it go boom. It scares the ever living crap out of you. So what I did, car up, I put the front tires on some blocks because the car has to be under load. I don't recommend doing it this way. If you can afford car ramps or can afford to go out and buy some 2x4s or 2x6s and build just some type of car block, that would probably be better. The car's not going anywhere. I've given it a hurricane test. It's safe enough for me anyways. This is what this channel is going to be about. Everything I do is not going to be the best or the safest, but we do with what we got, and right now that's what I got. I absolutely, well, I could probably afford to pay somebody to do this, but I don't like people messing with my vehicles. So we are going to crawl under here, see if we can't adjust the upper control arm. It's a BMR upper control arm. Going to crawl under here, see if we can't adjust the upper control arm. It's got all the adjustments that you need to set the pinion angles, to set the caster, the cambers, it's caster adjustments. It's got strain shocks on it, adjustable strain shocks where you can adjust the dampening and the rebounds in them with the one nozzle. I mainly drive it on the street. There's nothing done motor wise. The drivetrain is completely stock. The suspension is not. Car handles great, takes curves great. You don't get any wheel hop. It's, as you can see, I mean, it's got adjustable lower control arms. Sorry about the light. It's got an adjustable panhard bar on it. It does have an adjustable panhard bar on it. Adjustable lower control arms. It's got adjustable upper control arm. On the front, it's got adjustable lower spindles. It's got strange coilovers on it on the front. It's got adjustable casters on it. Yeah, whoever did it, they went through and did the whole thing and did it right. But the upper control arm come loose. Like the locking nuts, they either came loose or when they set the pinion angle and everything on it for me, they didn't tighten it. And it started whining about 6 months ago. And I haven't hardly drove it since. Very, very rarely. Because I've been trying to figure out why. Like, why did the noise come back? Well, now I know. I did check the pinion angle. I'm not 100% sure if I am doing it. I'm laying on the ground here, but it is what it is. Right now I am debating on, do I take the control arm off and adjust it, or do I try to adjust it on there? And if I adjust it on the car, do I lower the rear end and let the rear end hang, or do I do it under load? Because right now it is a pain in the butt to get up there to adjust it. For what I can see, the factory specs, or what I've seen anyways, is the rear end should be at about 0% and the drive shaft should be at about -2. And you add those together, subtract them, or whatever they tell you to do, it still comes out to -2. Right now, the drive shaft is about +4. It's way off. I know the factory upper control arm length is 9.5 inches from bolt to bolt, and right now we are at like 10 1/4 from bolt to bolt. So that's the first step. I'm going to get that back down to 9.5 inches. I'll show you. Get up. There's the upper control arm. You can see. And this is how it was. Okay. That middle bolt is the adjuster. The two end bolts, or which is supposed to be on the ends, are the locking bolts. As you can see, the one on the left hand side towards the rear of the car is completely in the center. And the one on the right, it just spins. Yep, it was loose. I should have caught this a lot sooner. Normally I would have, but we just moved, kids starting school. I basically started a new job, new department at the same place. So yeah, this is where we're at. And as soon as I figure out what I'm gonna do, I will let you guys know. And hopefully this helps. Hopefully this helps somebody learn, or encourages people to just try it yourself. If you can't afford somebody to pay somebody to do it, there's a lot of things. If you just take your time, do your research, you can figure it out. And that's what I do. I go around and I do what I can to figure it out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Sometimes I gotta phone a friend. YouTube's a good tool. I do as much research as I possibly can on anything I do. My wife teases me about it. She says I do a lot of reading for somebody that hates reading. Anything I own or anything I buy, or before I buy it, I have to know every little tiny detail about it, like down to the nitty-gritty. I will spend hours researching something. Just I don't know why I do it. I like to know everything. But yeah, that's what this video is going to be about. So I'm going to get up under here and get dirty, and we are going to adjust this control arm. I'm going to try to turn it on the car. If I can't, then I don't know. I might have to take it off, remove it. So stay tuned. Okay, so I decided I'm just going to take the upper control arm off. I cannot get it to turn. Okay, I can't get the lock nut, or the locking nut, to free up. I can spin it and adjust it, but if I can't turn the locking nut, the problem is there's just not enough room in there to get in there. So I'm going to get up in there. I'm just going to take, it's a lot easier just take the two bolts out, take that off, and I'll get up here on the bench and I'll show you guys what I got going on. Okay, so I literally can't get to the bolts without dropping the exhaust. The bolts are pretty rusty. I don't want to take a chance of breaking a bolt. So I moved my jack stands up here, and we're going to try lowering the rear end. See if that won't give me enough room to get in there and get to the back bolt of the upper control arm. And sorry for the noise, my 5-year-old son is out there somewhere on his gator. He's got a little 12-volt gator that he absolutely adores. Bear with me, guys. I'm gonna get this thing out, and then I will show you guys how to adjust it. We'll put it back at 9.5 inches, and I don't exactly know what's gonna happen when I pop this upper control arm out. I think I'm gonna leave the floor jack, hydraulic jack underneath it, just in case. Here he comes. What are you doing? Uh-oh. That's always scary. All right, let's get under here. Get up here. I'm having a really hard time getting. Oh, you gotta turn on light. There we go. Getting to that bolt. I can get to it, but I don't have enough leverage to break it loose. So that's why we are gonna lower the rear end. In fact, let's do that. We'll do that on camera.
Hey, Dad.
What's up?
Who are you talking to?
My YouTube channel. Say hi, guys.
Goo!
Alright, here we go. We're going to keep the floor jack on here, but hopefully that gave me enough room. Oh yeah, man, I should have done that in the first place. Well, you live and you learn, right? Yeah, might be able to get my impact in there on it now, so stay tuned, guys. Okay, we're up in here. We got plenty of room now. I got the locking nuts moved finally. I am going to attempt to turn this bolt. I believe if I turn it counterclockwise, it should do what I want it to do. It should drop the front of the rear end down a little bit, basically re-rotate it back to where it went. This nut here, this one right here, that's a locking nut. That one over there is a locking nut. It's supposed to be threaded all the way back, all the way forward. Maybe. Get in there. Like that. And this one is supposed to be all the way tightened in against this one. This one here, if you've seen in the video a little earlier, it was pretty much all the way loosened. This one here was finger tight. I literally loosened it with my hand. So yeah, it's something to keep an eye on. If you have adjustable, anything that's adjustable in your car, any type of suspension stuff, check it every now and then. Make sure everything stays tight. Here in Indiana, we got some of the crappiest roads I have ever seen in my entire life. Now, I know there's people out there that's probably got worse, but driving a lowered Mustang is hell. I'm either doing 60 or 5, and just, it's not even the potholes, it's the dips in the road. So I don't know, maybe this will help, but this will definitely help my springs. Should hopefully get them off of the body. But yeah, this is not an easy task. But if a 105-pound guy can do it, anybody can do it. And yes, I'm a little guy, I get it, but it's alright. It's alright. Remember, dynamite comes in small packages. Give it another turn. We'll measure it. I'm gonna at least get it to 9.5 inches. And then I'll look at my pinion angle. But regardless, this has to help. Okay. Now, I only got 2 hands, so I can't. I lost my tape measure. Where'd the tape measure go? We'll be right back. Okay, you can see that we're at about 9 3/4. Can't. I know you guys can't see the other. There you go. Go from the center of that bolt to the center of this bolt. Should be 9.5 inches. We was at 10 1/4, and with about 4 turns, it's moved it almost a whole inch. So, yeah, we're gonna keep going. Okay, so you can see, I know you can't see it dead on, but we are pretty much almost dead exact at 9.5 inches. That is what the factory one is. So we are gonna snug everything up and put the load back on the rear end, and we're gonna see if that helps. See if it moved my springs. I'm praying it did, because I miss driving my car. Okay, I know my face is filthy, holy cow. But anyways, everything's tight. You're gonna jack the rear end back up, move the jack stands back underneath the rear end to keep it stable. Put the car back under load, and we'll see. I wasn't too confident. According to the bump stops are still pretty far back, which scares me. I really hope this fixed it. I really do. I don't know if it did, but we're gonna jack it back up, get it back on the load, and we will see. Cross your fingers. Okay, guys. Well, car is back under load. It is better. It's definitely way better. But it is still rubbing. I don't know why. I crawl under here, check pinion angle, see how close we are. We may have to keep going. It definitely helped. It's not under it no more. Now it's just rubbing it. So let's check the other side. Yes, it's better. I don't know why this side is so much harder to see. But it is. I almost wonder if this rear end is cocked. Alright, well, we're going to do some measuring and see what we find.